The forgotten women pilots of World War II. Did you know that during World War II, a group of badass women took to the skies flying bombers, testing fighter planes, and even towing targets for live gunfire practice? They were called the Women Air Force Service Pilots, WASP. In 1943, the U.S. was running out of male pilots, so over 1,000 women stepped up to take over dangerous and critical missions. These women weren't just flying cargo planes, oh no. They piloted more than 77 different aircraft, including the legendary B-17 Flying Fortress and the massive B-29 Super Fortress. And leading them? Two fearless women, Jacqueline Cochran and Nancy Love. Nancy Love, an experienced pilot, had already convinced the Army Air Forces to allow women to ferry military aircraft. She founded the Women's Auxiliary Ferrying Squadron, WAFS, in 1942, making her one of the first women to fly for the U.S. military during the war. Meanwhile, Jacqueline Cochran had a bigger vision. She wanted to train women pilots for even more military duties. Eventually, in 1943, the WAFS and Cochran's Women's Flying Training Detachment, WFTD, merged to form the WASP. And why were these programs created? To free up male pilots for combat duty overseas. While men were sent to the front lines, women took over essential non-combat missions, keeping the war effort running on the home front. They ferried planes across the U.S., tested repaired aircraft, and even towed targets. Yes, real targets, for live gunfire training. Imagine flying a plane while soldiers literally shoot at it. The WASP flew every type of mission except combat, proving that women could handle the same high-risk responsibilities as men. But here's the shocking part. They weren't even considered official military personnel. No rank, no benefits, no honors. When the program was shut down in 1944, they were told to go home, just like that. And why was it shut down? In June 1944, Congress rejected a bill that would have given the WASP military status. Many male pilots, particularly members of the Airline Pilots Association, ALPA, opposed it, arguing that with combat ending, aviation jobs should go to returning servicemen, not women. With mounting pressure and shifting military priorities, the WASP program lost support and funding was cut. By December 1944, it was officially disbanded. Even more shocking, after the WASP were disbanded, women were not allowed to fly in the U.S. military again until 1974, 3 decades later. It wasn't until 1977, more than 30 years later, that the WASP were finally recognized as military veterans. In 1979, they received honorable discharge certificates, and in 1984, they were awarded World War II Victory Medals, recognition that was long overdue. And in 2009, the surviving WASP veterans were finally awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, one of the highest civilian honors in the United States. The WASP paved the way for women in aviation and the military. They weren't just pilots, they were pioneers. Do you think the WASP deserved recognition sooner? Let us know your thoughts.